Hello and welcome to Ditch Witch Diaries. We are talking today about a very interesting tree, and I'm sure once you see it, you will all recognize it, but you may not know it from the name of it. Like when I tell you, we're going to be talking about banyan, and we'll just get started.
Nice.
Okay, the banyan tree. And it is a marvelous tree. I love plants so much, and I'm just always so amazed by plants, but this one is, and it's just amazing.
Mm.
So we will get started. So banyan is a type of fig tree. So ficus are fig trees. So this is the Banyan benghalensis, and it's basically like an Indian ficus, or there's a name for it, like a strangler fig. It's called a strangler fig.
Oh, okay.
And we'll talk about it. The fig is not good to eat though, so there you go.
Mm.
So this, and I had AI like generate this, which is pretty
Mm.
good. I was pretty
Yeah.
impressed. Sometimes AI does you wrong, does you dirty, but this one seemed pretty good.
Nice.
I would put it anyway, even if it had done me dirty. Pretty bad.
It does look like regular figs, kind of.
It does, which
Yeah.
is, yeah, they aren't though.
Mm.
There, and then this is what it really looks like. This is one
Mm.
picture. I know, pretty rad.
Yeah.
And then this is like a close up of the leaves and the little baby fruits.
Nice.
So the parts used, you can use all the parts for different things, different remedies. And the other names are arched fig, obviously strangler fig, which I didn't put in there, the Indian god tree, Indian fig, and vada tree. Correspondences. The element is air, and that's the only one that I could find.
Mm.
Um, I guess it's pretty good. I really, it I would say maybe even earth.
I was
Like,
gonna say it looks like it's like reaching down, like the vine parts are like reaching down into the earth. It gives very earthy kind of stuff,
yes, I would
but
say Earth. That would be
yeah.
my pick, but it does like tower in the air as well in a weird way. It like spreads out among the air. We're gonna see.
Mm.
So the planet, I got both. So Briggs says it's the sun, but Vedic says it's the moon. And there are a lot of like these like different like sun moon goddesses, and there's like these sun moon trees too. So I could see this because it's a tree of duality, and we're going to talk more about that. So this is like definitely it. I think that both of them, two things can be true at once.
Okay. Yeah.
So, astrologically, in Western astrology, I got Pisces. And the only reason that Taurus is involved there, which is weird, Pisces is, but you know what? Pisces is so like expansive. It's like an ocean. It's like I
Mm.
could see like why it's Pisces, because Pisces is like this huge expansive sign, and like I could see that. Taurus, the only reason why Taurus is even in there because Taurus is associated with um, the Vedic astrology, which is
Mm.
Rohini Nakshatra. And Rohini is ruled by the moon and Lord Brahma, but it's also in the sign of Taurus at the time.
Mm.
So that's kind of where you get the Taurus. But we have to put the Vedic. Okay, so it's important if you are like if I'm researching a tree or a plant that is especially localized, like this tree is, like I'm gonna include like it's like benghalensis. Okay.
Mm.
Like it's hard to like translate this over to like Western a lot. You know, this is like
Yeah.
we have to include like what it means in the culture that it's in.
Yeah.
So I try my best. I don't have like Vedic a lot of like anyway.
Training or whatever.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Anyway, so tarot, the only one I could find is the Hermit, which is super interesting, and I thought a lot about it. Like
mm.
I thought a lot about it because and in the end, like I could see it. It's
Mm.
like not because it's like a solo tree, like the Hermit for like manzanita is a
Yeah.
hermit tree too, but it's
Mm.
because it's like alone, like it grows like alone.
Mm.
It doesn't grow like in a forest of trees.
Yeah.
And this is the hermit for like wisdom reasons and for
Mm.
like uniting duality and like it's like high and low. Like there's like other reasons for the hermit. I could see it. Anyway, just to
Mm.
say I could see that at the end. And then the root chakra, and the reason why is because there's roots everywhere. Okay,
Mm.
so we're gonna see that like these are actually roots, like that are growing down, not
Yeah.
branches. And so they root into the ground. So definitely that is a good one. So the goddesses that I found, or like the beings, I would say, Nirantali, the Yakshinis, and Apsaras, which are like spirits of like they're like dryad spirits. They're spirits of the
Mm.
tree. Neng Ta-khian, which is a Thai female dryad. Kali and Hina. The moon phase is full. So, plant information. There's a ton of it. There's 2 pages of this. So, it is the national tree of India. And it kind of came late as the national tree of India, but it is. It's
Mm.
an evergreen tree and it has male and female flowers on one tree. So the seeds are dispersed in a really strange way. They're dispersed by birds and forest animals. And so what could happen or what may happen is that the tree like either comes over and spills its leaves, or birds and other forest animals disperse them in the ways that they do. Okay.
Eating.
And oh yeah, exactly. On another tree, and they'll land on
Mm.
another tree.
Mm.
And then the roots come down and they smother the host of that tree. And
Mm.
then like the trunk, it becomes like part of the trunk. So the
Oh.
branch, they become these pillars. That the old trees hollow out and they become pillars that support the tree, and then the branches resemble these new tree trunks.
It's like those zombie ants that the mushrooms feed on or whatever.
Yes, exactly. And it can live hundreds of years. So
Mm.
there's not a ton of these trees in America. We find them in Florida, and they're kind of considered invasive in Florida because of this whole thing.
Mm.
And but they were brought to the Hawaiian Islands in 1873 by missionaries from India. So you find them in more tropical locations, obviously Hawaii and Florida, but not a lot here. I even looked. There's like a famous tree in Balboa Park that kind of like I thought maybe it was this,
Mm.
but it's not. Like
Oh, okay.
California um
Mm.
just doesn't have the climate probably for this. So it is the broadest tree in the whole world, okay? And the broadest one of the broadest tree is called the Great Banyan. Get this. It's 250 years old and it covers 5 acres. Like one,
One tree?
yes. That's
Dang.
4.5 football fields. So it can
That's
grow, and
crazy.
it grows. It's not super tall though. It grows 70 to 95 feet tall. So it's not like a
Dang.
super tall tree, but it is broad and it can
Interesting.
get huge. And
Crazy.
we're going to talk about like, there's like actually some like popular, like, um, depictions of, or popular like cultural popular things about Banyan, and one of them is kind of this like broad. We're going to talk about one of them where this is displayed.
Mm.
So its roots grow from the branches, so it's always growing outward. It's ever like they unite
Mm.
together, and it's ever growing like broader.
Oh, wait. So
Yes.
in the picture
Uh-huh.
that you showed where you could see like the hanging,
Okay.
go to the real
I
picture.
am.
Yeah. So like those are its roots?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Yes. Those
Interesting.
are
Okay.
exactly, hence the root chakra.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How weird.
Isn't it? I
In
know.
like a cool way. Yeah.
I know, in a really cool way.
Yeah.
Okay, so There is only, so wasps pollinate fig fruits, if you don't
Mm,
know that. Okay, so there's only one type of wasp that's the pollinator for these type of fig fruits, and this is like the strangler fig. I told you about that before.
mm,
So it is like, and I said before that it's invasive in Florida, but in India, this is an intricate part of the Indian ecosystem here.
mm.
And it's one of the top oxygen suppliers in the whole world, is like the
Yeah.
Ficus
Sometimes it grows to be so
benghalensis.
big.
I know, broad, and you
Yeah.
can see how like it's like forms like this canopy.
Mm,
So the ficus is the Latin name for fig, and the species benghalensis comes from the Bengal region of Bangladesh and India. So
mm,
ficus, fig, it's like the Bengal fig.
mm,
So you can also make shellac from the resinous secretion of the lac insect, which is a parasite on the banyan tree. You can
mm.
make paper from the banyan wood, and the twigs are often sold as toothpicks in India and Pakistan.
Mm.
So now let's go into the lore, stories, and cultural import. And first of all, there's like a lot. Okay, so we're gonna kind of break this down. I'll just give you like an overarching view. We're going to talk about some Hinduism stuff. We're going to talk about some Buddhist stuff. And then we'll have an overarching kind of Indian thing that maybe not into one or the other. And then we'll go on from there to other places where we find this, like other tropical environments.
Mm.
So in Hinduism, the Ficus benghalensis is sacred. The banyan tree is a sacred tree, and it's just because it's associated with Brahma.
Mm.
So it is a symbol of spiritual growth and enlightenment, and it's where the gods dwell, is in these like masses of like crazy root systems and stuff like that. So the branches and the roots, they look at it as like the image that all life is connected. It's a metaphor for spiritual unity, and we're going to find this all over the place. It said that the banyan tree is a wish fulfiller. And
Mm.
I don't even know if I put that in the magic. If I didn't, I will add that. Magic.
Hold
Wish.
on. I think I want to, I've been, every time that we meet, I think I want to take like some notes on these and I always forget. Hold on.
You can
I'm trying
download.
to
I also
see.
make these into like Word docs. You're welcome to download the Word doc if you want.
Mm. Oh yeah, I have seen you do that.
I do it for everything that I do. I make a Word doc first.
That's pretty smart actually. I just want like at the garden party that I went to, I was telling one person that you and I do this.
Uh-huh.
And because she does cook, sorry to like totally interrupt your
It's okay,
photograpehy.
now go.
Um, she wants to do, so she does baking classes. She's a private chef and
Uh-huh.
she does cooking and baking classes based on like the herbs and the plants that she grows from her garden and the
Mhm.
vegetables from her garden. And she was like, I want to bring like myths of the like zucchini and stuff as I'm talking about it. And I was like, oh, my friend Rebecca and I kind of do that. Like we talk about folklore and stuff associated with plants.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, oh, do you know any off the top of your head? And I was like, oh, like some, like not very many though. There's
There's
just
so
so
many. It's
much.
like
Yeah. And
vast.
so, yeah.
Like
So I wanted to do in my little like, witchy notebook, I wanted to just have like a couple bullet points on each of the trees that we do.
I know, and our reservoir of interesting things about
It's
plants and herbs is like
yeah,
immense. It's like
it's
vast and
so
immense.
big.
Let
Yeah.
me just tell you that I find it frustrating when people are doing things about herbs and trees and they're
Yeah.
not at least like, hey, can I download this information about your herb or tree that you have? I'm like,
Mm.
why aren't you like asking me? Like I have
Yeah.
like a whole like mess about this. Like I could like you could like learn everything there is to know about a herb or a tree. Like so much. Like you wouldn't
So, so
like
much.
medicinal, magical,
Yeah.
like cultural importance, like
Yeah.
so many things. But and I just look at them and I shake my head. I'm like, good. Stick with your limited understanding. And then when they tell me about what herb they're like wanting to put in a tea, or they always say a tea, which is
Tea.
like
Yeah, of
a
course.
tea. I'm like, a tea, it's not
Is there
tea.
tea
It's
leaves?
an, yeah, exactly. Are you using Earl Grey. Like, what are
Yeah.
you using? Roy, like, what are you using?
Yeah.
So, but then I'm like, okay, like they're always telling me like this one aspect, and I'm like, okay. It's
So
like
like
looking at
narrow focused.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. It's like looking, it's like when people like look at like the like indigenous population and say, "Oh, well the Native Americans believe." I just like
Yeah.
I'm like
Which of the
which Native
hundreds and
American?
hundreds?
It's like it's like taking like this huge thing and looking at like one pinhole of it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Oh
Okay.
gosh. Yeah,
Anyway, on we've gone off now on a tangent.
crazy. I know. So weird. So weird. Okay.
I know. There's so much.
There's
Like
so much. And it's like, it's so,
vast.
yeah, it's so vast. And I feel like when people do that, when they look at it as like one specific thing, it's like I always forget his name. The one that we don't like, who's like, oh, everything is for protection or for love. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, but
yeah.
that's
I
so,
the C word.
yes, that's right. Yes, yes. And he's just so narrow-minded. It's like, let's branch out a little bit. Anyways.
Exactly. Exactly. And let's look at it from a different viewpoint. Things aren't
Yeah.
just like you could have such a more rich if you're putting together like an infusion and you're
Yeah.
including like a bunch of different like herbs and you're going to tell people about this infusion, how much more rich can it be? How much more
Yeah.
interesting and rich and deep and like you don't have to do this. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to just be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
dandelion is for like liver health." Or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's fine if like you want to focus on one thing, but I feel like saying just this one thing without saying, by the way, there's a lot of other uses for it and a lot of other ways it can be used, but we're gonna use it for this way. It's just perpetuating this idea that there's only one use for it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or only like one group of people use it or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, okay.
So, so this is an interesting kind of thing. Well, back to the banyan.
Mm.
So this is kind of an interesting idea is that the banyan is often a place to receive wisdom, which may be kind of like back to like the hermit card kind of thing. So in let's see, at Jyotisar, so a banyan tree is the one that Krishna stood beneath when he delivered the Bhagavad Gita sermons. So
Mm.
yes. And by 500 BCE, Hindu texts are describing this tree as the world tree. So we've got like quite a few trees that are like possibly like this world tree. So the banyan that grew upside down with its roots in the heavens.
That
So
might be a cool presentation too, is to go through the trees that are considered world trees in some way.
it would be, and put
Yeah.
them together. That would be a great thing, huh? So the god, this is the picture. I love this picture. The god Vishnu rides the cosmic seas as an infant lying upon a single banyan leaf. With one breath, the divine child swallows the turbulent universe into the safety of his body, only to exhale it again into a renewed creation. That's so cute.
I know.
So cute. Cute little Vishnu baby.
Little
A boo boo.
baby.
So now more about Hinduism. So you can so this is like kind of a metaphor that they use. So you can split a seed open and it almost seems like it's empty inside, but within it lies the power to become this huge, immense tree, and it's vast enough to be like look like a whole forest of trees. So, and ancient Hindu sages used to like this was like a metaphor for Atman. Like the unseen essence is believed to permeate and sustain all existence. Like you can't see it. It's like hidden in a small place, but it's big enough to like make these like huge, vast things. So it's like they used it as a metaphor, this like metaphoric tree. So here's another one. Here's another story. Once upon a time, while Savitri is a mortal princess rather than a goddess, she's deeply like tied to this banyan tree. So in the epic of Mahabharata, she used her devotion and intellect to outsmart Yama, the god of death, and she rescued her husband's life beneath a banyan tree. Because of this, so you'll see it over to the left there. Because of this, married women in India honor like Savitri during the Vat Purnima festival by fasting and tying threads around the banyan trunk. And that's what you see over there. That's the picture. So in the folklore of Kutia Kond, I don't know if that's said right, it's a tribe in Odisha, India. The earth goddess Nirantali is said to have formed the first human tongue using the quivering leaf of a sacred fig. This sacred fig in particular. So ancient Vedic and Buddhist texts describe banyan trees as the dwelling place of the Yakshinis, which are nature spirits or like little demigods of fertility. They could be huge. Why did I say little? I don't know. Maybe because I kind of picture like the spirit of a tree, like a little dryad or something.
Yeah.
And they're the dwelling place of the apsaras, which are these celestial nymphs. And they're often viewed as protectors of the forest and patrons of fertility. So now we go to Buddhism, and it's huge in Buddhism. The banyan tree is the Bodhi tree where Buddha was enlightened, where he sat underneath and was enlightened. And the branches and roots represent the journey to spiritual enlightenment. Hence, like the branches, they were part of this whole idea. So in Hawaii, and you'll see that right there, that image. There's like the first banyan tree was brought to Hawaii in like the 1800s, and then it was planted, and then it was all planted along this one like street, and this one street it's like a high socioeconomic place. Like there's resorts and stuff on this street, but it's called Banyan Drive. And so banyan trees like line this one drive in Hawaii. So in India, just like look at that. That is a specific banyan tree. So we're gonna talk about it. First of all, even though it's interesting because in America, we often have these like small banyan trees like in pots that you can buy and like put like for indoor plants. But the Indian people say it's bad luck to have them inside your home. So don't bring them in. So Indian legend says that 550 years ago, the poet sage Kabir tossed aside a toothbrush twig on an island in India's Narmada River, and from it sprang a colossal banyan whose canopy shaded an entire hectare, which is a measure, by the way. A hectare. It's 10,000. How big is a hectare? A hectare is a metric unit, while an acre is a U.S. unit. A hectare is significantly larger. It's 2.47 times an acre. So that it's huge.
Wow. Okay.
One story says an undying banyan is the only thing that was the only thing to survive the deluge. And I was trying to say, what do you mean the deluge? But so this is a horrible thing. When British people came to India and colonized India, so India was a colony of Britain when the sun never set on the British Empire back in the day. So the British turned like these banyan trees into gallows. And in one day, the British hung 250 Indian like resistance fighters on one tree.
Jesus.
I know. Oh, here it is. So in 1857, British soldiers publicly hanged Indian rebel Amar Shahid Bandhu Singh from a sacred fig tree in Gorakhpur, which is this one, I believe. Yes, it is. This very one that you're seeing here. And legend says the execution failed 6 times before succeeding on the 7th. And that's when Singh finally died. And when it died, the tree itself began to bleed. The fig tree, once a site where Singh worshipped the goddess Durga, became one of many sacred trees the British used as gallows during a colonial rule in India. Fun, fun,
God.
you know, they love that.
Crazy.
So here's a story though in India. Kali's enemy hid behind a banyan, hoping the tree would shelter him. However, the banyan unraveled its roots and strangled the villain, helping the goddess win. So
Hmm.
it likes Kali.
Yeah.
It should have strangled some of those British
I
fools.
know, honestly.
Why didn't it do that, huh? They should have.
Um,
So in Thailand, so because these all, so you can see these are growing in like tropical environments. So in Thailand, they have Thai mythology. The Ta-khian is a female spirit or dryad who resides in specific large trees, including banyan trees. She's considered the guardian of the tree and can bring immense luck and prosperity or inflict terror and harm to those, yeah,
terror.
who harm her home. So don't mess with the banyan trees, especially in Thailand.
Hmm.
Okay, so look at this picture. Okay, I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
intrigued by it. Is that not like an insanely awesome picture?
Yeah, that's rad.
Okay, so this is mythology from Malaysia.
Hmm.
So the banyan tree is a refuge from this creature. Okay, it's called Penangal. Wait, Penangal. Penangalan is maybe like the, what's it called? The plural, maybe. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
so it's you can go into like a banyan tree and get a shelter from this spirit. So these creatures, they're like flying heads, is what they are.
Ooh.
And they, yeah, I know, interesting. And they hunt people at night and they roam the skies. But if you hide under a banyan, the tree spirit creates a protective barrier, like preventing Penangal from approaching. So it's like this idea about protection from Penangal. It gave rise to the custom that sleeping under a banyan tree protects against supernatural dangers.
Hmm.
So in Tonga, so in Polynesian and Tongan legend, the goddess Hina created it, who is the creator of kapa cloth from the banyan tree bark.
Hmm.
So Hina left Earth for the moon, and if you look closely at the dark spots in the moon, Tongan mythology describes them as Hina pounding her tapa under a banyan tree.
Hmm.
So now popular culture. So this is so fun. So first of all, it's like it featured big in the Jungle Book,
Hmm.
Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book. So the banyan tree was there. And you can even see it in the draw. This is like a famous illustration.
Hmm.
It's also possibly the Deku tree in the Legend of Zelda. So, and that's a game and a
Hmm.
series of games. And
Hmm.
interestingly enough, a game that I played, I did not play many games, but The
Hmm.
Legend of Zelda has a special place in my heart. I played the very first Legend of Zelda. I played Wind Waker. I played the Ocarina of Time and the Deku Tree feature. Let me just tell you, inside the Deku Tree and the music that's in there, it was like, it's like magic. There's like little like lighted pieces that are falling down.
Oh,
It's like
nice.
I'm telling you, it is like one of the best places. I like used to
Hmm.
play that and just like I want to be in the Deku Tree. Exactly. And you have to like in one of them, I can't remember which one, you have to like fight up this river to get into the Deku Tree, and like it's so
Hmm.
amazing. It's so amazing. Anyway. So it's also in Herman Melville's book Moby Dick. So Ishmael, he described the cathedral-like majesty of the interwoven aerial roots.
Hmm.
John Milton also talked about it in Paradise Lost. So that's supposed to be in book 9. So this it talks so it kind of relates it to Adam and Eve,
Hmm.
and it talks about that maybe it was like the banyan leaves that they sewed together for their first garments after they were kicked out of the garden.
Oh, that specific type of fig. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Then it was also in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, so I did also see this, interestingly.
Hmm.
I watched the series. It was great. Highly recommended. Highly recommended if you're into that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So there's this ancient banyan grove tree, and it's a single enormous tree that stands in the middle of this foggy swamp with root system that stretches for miles and miles. So we're gonna see some of these things right now. So that's the Deku tree in Legend of
Oh, nice.
Zelda, and that's a Deku tree. And then this is from the last Airbender. This is like the
Hmm.
ancient banyan tree, and see how there's like,
Hmm.
yeah, roots growing down and how vast it is. So there we have it.
Hmm.
So now let's talk about magical properties. And there's not a lot. Granted, I don't have any books on like Ayurvedic like
Hmm.
stuff. Real not a lot. I have a couple. And anyways, that's like a whole different system of medicine. But I don't have a lot of like Indian magic books. It definitely like displays like where I'm lacking when I do these trees from
Hmm.
other
Yeah,
countries,
same.
you know?
Yeah, me too.
So it's obviously luck and wishes too, and marital happiness, I found. It's also this concept of duality. Like it within it has this idea of light and dark. So it is like it's like huge. Like one tree is humongous and it
Hmm.
creates these shadows underneath. And so it's like embodies like lightness above that it takes in and
Hmm.
then this darkness that it creates underneath it. So it's like it represents like this interconnectedness of like light and dark and uniting this duality within yourself. So obviously wisdom, there are so many places where we talked about how wisdom is at play, just
Hmm.
the Buddha, like gaining enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, Bodhi, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Fertility, we talked about some stories about fertility. And then also resurrection, death, and rebirth. So that's it for magical. Not a lot. But the medical disclaimer, I always have to put this in because
Hmm.
I'm tense about it, but I did, and it goes for all our videos.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're watching this, it's for information, educational purposes only. We're just giving you what we hear. So we're not doctors. You
Mm.
might think we're doctors, but we're not.
We are not.
We're not. We're not any medical profession.
No.
Okay, so medicinal properties. So the bark is used for diabetes, and then the leaves are used for diarrhea or dysentery.
We've been hearing a lot about dysentery lately, I feel like.
We have, and it's interesting. I've been reading this book about like the series of books, and they're boy books. What is it? What do I mean by a boy book? It was
Yeah.
written by a man, and like the heroes, the protagonists are men. So
Of
that's a
course.
boy. And also themes. Sometimes boy books like have boy themes, like war
Uh,
and like baseball or like whatever. That's like a boy
yeah.
book. Okay. Like
Yeah.
I barely ever read boy books. Barely
Yeah.
ever. It's just not my thing. Um,
Yeah.
so, but I've been reading this series called like I think it's called The Fall of America, and it's rated so good. And it's
Ah.
definitely boy books, and it's like I'm really into like dark like what is it called? Apocalyptic stories, like dark
Yeah.
stories. And
Yeah.
this one, of course, is The Fall of America, as
Mm.
the series name might suggest.
Nice.
And like they taught that like some of the things like um what is it, an EMP, it like wipes out like if you like I don't know the whole series, the story about it, because I don't know about EMPs, but apparently if they if an EMP happens, like you lose power, like every like computerized or electric thing that we have like
Hmm.
is fried, like it will not work
Oh,
anymore. Yeah, and so
interesting.
like even like cars with like electrical chips won't work. Like our system to like pump water doesn't work because it's run on electric. Yeah, so like
God.
I just keep, it's funny that we talk about dysentery because and how I'm tying it to this book is so rando, but I keep thinking like it's only a second before everybody gets dysentery.
Yeah. We're gonna go backwards to dysentery.
Exactly. If an EMP drops, you better get those. There is now, by the way, these like bags, filter bags that I also watch a lot of like people on Instagram, like follow them,
Mm,
like they're like long hikes along the Pacific Crest Trail or
yeah.
Appalachian Trail. Like I love that. And they're
Yeah.
always using these like bags that like filter the water. And I'm like, we need to get one of those just in case an EMP happens. Like
Yeah,
I
Jake
don't
had like this weird
yeah,
like
Jake
he
hikes.
had like two when he checked the PCT, he had like two plastic bottles and he like I don't know, turned them into a filter. And I was like, "Why don't you just get like one of those filter straws or like the drops?" And he's like, "They're not great. Like you can still get sick with them." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh God, it sounds like a nightmare."
I know, but those, I guess the filter, the bags that you like,
Yeah,
I
bags might
guess
be
those
better.
work well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
then, it seems like it might be like a bit of like a, what is it called? Like an astringent quality, because usually
Uh,
those are diarrhea and hemorrhoids. But
yeah.
hemorrhoids you can get from two things. You can get them from like pressure, like women who are pregnant get hemorrhoids because they have like, there's so much pressure on their body. That's
Mm,
also why they get varicose veins in other places. That's what hemorrhoids are, is like burst blood veins like in your bum.
yeah.
But you can get them in your legs and stuff when you're pregnant. But also
Mm.
you get them like even animals get them from like chronic dysentery or diarrhea. Like you can
Oh,
I know, which is
interesting.
interesting. So kind of tied in. I just thought.
Mm,
So it's also a woman's plant, the banyan. We kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent there. It's
mm,
1111 too, by the way. Um, it's a woman's plant, and so it's good for leukorrhea, which we know nobody. It's that's a bacterial infection in your vagina.
yeah, not
Uh,
fun.
Not fun, and it's not, yeah, not fun at all. Although you can pass it around, it doesn't. It's not like an STI, but you can
Mm,
pass it back and forth with your partner. So if you have leukorrhea, you really need to like. It's a nightmare.
yeah.
Anyway, it's used for female sterility. Leaves. So the banyan leaves are brewed into this alcoholic drink. I thought it was so funny. Okay,
Mm.
and then that drink, you can take the alcoholic drink, the brewed alcoholic beverage can be used during pregnancy to strengthen your uterus.
Ooh.
I know, exactly. I love that actually. And
That's
it seems like
fun.
it's great for all things like
Mm.
diabetes and all sorts of hemorrhoids. There's all sorts of things that
Yeah.
might be good. All obviously, the old rheumatism cure,
I was
because
gonna
how
say
could
we just
we?
missing the York.
Eggs, there you go. And you can use the plant latex, which is like the sap or it's like the what comes out, excuse me, when you cut open the plant. Sometimes
Yeah.
they produce latex instead of like a
Mm.
whatever. So
Instead
it's
of like
also used
sap.
for skin disorders. So the leaves are used to break down growths, and the paste from the roots you can use to tighten your skin.
Mm.
And like the milky juice, the latex, the
Mm.
sap is often used to kill warts,
Mm.
which is interesting. And if you have warts, by the way, here's just like a folk remedy. Warts aren't going to kill you. You can always get them burned off, but if you just draw attention to a wart, like your brain will take care of it
Mm.
oftentimes. So you can just like put a band-aid over it even. If you just put a band-aid over a wart, like your brain will like be drawn to it and it will like take care of it. Like our brains are miraculous things. But
Mhm.
I'm sure if you're like putting some milky juice on it, you're like drawing attention. Also, like
Right, yeah.
vinegar, I've heard. What?
Especially like sticky, like latexy stuff.
Exactly. I'm sure that would work too.
Yeah.
So you can also use teeth disorders. So you can use the roots to clean your teeth. And we saw this in the mythology that like somebody
Mm.
was using like a toothbrush
Brush, yeah.
made out of the banyan and then threw it and it created another banyan. So also, the roots are good to treat gum disease. So, it has something in there. Maybe it has, I didn't find any of those like medicinal like properties like antiseptic.
Mm.
I didn't find any of those. What are those called? I always forget. They're called something like all those like words.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm so bad with like drawing out that one word. And
Mm.
yet I'm so obsessed with words. So I just have so many, like a vast array in my head.
Mm.
So it's also good for urinary tract health. And then
Mm.
that's it. So you can
Nice.
see, like, I didn't have many books about it. I just had like, it's mostly, I got most of that information um, websites that I found that seemed very interesting, but I did not like, I don't have very many books about Banyan, but it's
Yeah.
always interesting to research something that I don't know much about or that is like I've seen before, but it doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
always fun for me. So
Seeking out information on it.
exactly. So that is that. And
Very
if you like
nice.
that, subscribe and like my video below. And we love a good like and subscription. Anyways, we will be back with it. We're still plugging through the trees. We have so many trees. I don't know that we'll ever get through them. I was gonna do, by the way, I was gonna do banana tree.
Oh,
Okay, because I like doing alphabetical until I get to one that I don't want to do.
yeah.
But but the banana tree isn't a tree. It's a
Yeah,
large
that's
herbaceous plant. I was like, I can't do this. It's not a tree.
interesting. Yeah.
Sorry, banana
Huh.
tree. Even though it looks like a tree, it's not though. It doesn't look like a tree. Like it looks like this. It's huge like a tree, like it's big
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
tree, but it looks like a plant. It's like
Yeah.
it like has like it doesn't look like a tree. It looks like a
Yeah.
plant. It
And
looks
it
it
the I mean the flowers on it too are like so big. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So I was like, can't do that. I'll put that
Yeah.
back in our list of things, but
Of other things, yeah.
other exactly. But and I was like telling somebody we're gonna do poisons next. I was telling because they were watching me at work. Like
Mm,
this one guy was watching me at work, like do the banyan like slideshow, and he's like, "What are
yeah.
you doing?" And I'm like, "Banyan." I'm like, "We're doing a thing on trees, and then we're gonna do poisons next." And he's like,
Poison.
I know, but trees are where it's at right now. So hunker
Mhm.
down, and we got tons more trees coming your way. And we will see you at the next Ditch Witch Diaries.